I stood in the doorway of my sister's house, holding a carefully wrapped gift, and she looked at me like I was an intruder. Rachel, you weren't invited. You need to leave. This was her baby shower, and she was trying to eject me in front of 30 guests. But when our father walked through that door 10 seconds later and heard what she'd just said, my sister's face went white because Dad had spent 3 hours that morning helping me pick out that gift, and he was about to make sure everyone knew it. My name is Rachel Morgan, I'm 29 years old, and my sister Caroline has been trying to erase me from the family for 5 years ever since our mother died. Caroline was always Mom's favorite, the successful lawyer with the perfect life, while I was just the teacher who Dad was proud of. When Mom passed, Caroline decided that meant she was in charge of our family now. And in her version of family, I apparently didn't have a place. But Dad refused to let her push me out, which only made Caroline resent me more. Today was supposed to be her baby shower, celebrating her first child. I'd been looking forward to it for weeks, until I arrived and discovered I was the only one who thought I was welcome. I'd driven 40 minutes to Caroline's house in the suburbs, a beautiful place she shared with her husband Derek. The driveway was packed with Car's family, friends, Caroline's colleagues. I'd spent 2 hours that morning wrapping the gift perfectly. A handmade baby quilt I'd been working on for months, each square stitched with care. When I rang the doorbell, my Aunt Linda answered. Rachel, oh honey, are you sure you should be here? My stomach dropped. What do you mean? It's Caroline's shower. Aunt Linda looked uncomfortable. I just thought, ... Well, never mind. Come in. The living room was decorated beautifully, pink and white balloons, elegant flower arrangements, a table covered in presents. About 30 people were there, most of whom I recognized. Caroline stood in the center, glowing in a flowing maternity dress, opening gifts and laughing. The moment she saw me, her smile vanished. She excused herself from the group and walked straight to me, her face tight. Rachel, what are you doing here? It's your baby shower, Caroline. I wouldn't miss it. You weren't invited. The words hit me like a slap. What? I didn't send you an invitation. You weren't supposed to come. But I'm your sister. Why wouldn't I? Because I wanted one day that wasn't about you and Dad. Her voice was low but venomous. One day where I could celebrate my baby without you swooping in to be the favorite daughter. Caroline, that's not fair, isn't it? Every family event, Dad spends the whole time talking to you, asking about your students, your life, completely ignoring me. This is my moment, and I don't want you here taking it away. People were starting to notice. Conversations were dying down. Eyes were turning toward us. I brought you a gift, I said quietly, holding out the wrapped package. I made it myself. I've been working on it for... I don't want your gift. She didn't even look at it. I want you to leave. Caroline, please. Now, Rachel. You're embarrassing me in front of my guests. You're proving exactly why I didn't invite you. You can't respect boundaries. You always have to insert yourself where you're not wanted. Aunt Linda stepped forward. Caroline, honey, maybe this is something you two should discuss privately. No. Caroline's voice rose. I want everyone to know. Rachel wasn't invited. She showed up anyway because she can't stand not being the center of attention. Just like always, my hands were shaking. Tears burned my eyes. I thought you'd want your sister here for this. You're not the sister I want here today. Now please leave. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I turned to go, humiliation burning through me, when the front door opened. And Dad walked in. Tomas Morgos, 63 years old, retired firefighter, carrying 2 large bags from the baby store. His face was happy, excited until he saw me standing there with tears streaming down my face, and Caroline with her arms crossed, and the room full of people staring in uncomfortable silence. What's going on? Dad, Caroline said, her tone immediately shifting. You're late. We already started opening gifts. Rachel, Dad looked at me. Honey, what's wrong? Caroline stepped between us. Nothing's wrong. Rachel was just leaving. Leaving? Why would she be leaving? This is her nephew's baby shower. Niece, Caroline corrected automatically. And actually, Dad, Rachel wasn't invited. I asked her to leave. The room went completely silent. Dad's expression changed slowly, from confusion to disbelief to something I'd rarely seen on his face, pure anger. You did what? Dad, can we please not do this here? You told your sister she wasn't invited to your baby shower. His voice was dangerously quiet. I wanted a small, intimate event, just the people who are really important to me. And your sister isn't important to you. Caroline's face flushed. That's not what I meant. I just, I wanted this day to be about me. Not about you and Rachel. About me and Rachel. Dad's voice rose now. Caroline, what the hell are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Caroline's composure cracked. Every family event for the last 5 years, you've spent the whole time with Rachel, asking about her job, her life, acting like she's the only daughter you have. Meanwhile, I'm building a career, buying a house, starting a family, and you barely notice. That's not true. It is true. When I made partner at the firm, you congratulated me for 5 minutes, then spent an hour asking Rachel about her student science fair projects. When Derek and I got engaged, you toasted us at dinner, then spent the rest of the night helping Rachel plan her classroom's reading program. So, your solution is to exclude your sister from your baby shower. Dad looked at her like he didn't recognize her. Your mother would be ashamed of you. The mention of Mom made Caroline's eyes flash with tears. Don't you dare bring Mom into this. Mom understood. Mom knew that Rachel wasn't the only one who mattered. Your mother loved both of you equally. No, she didn't. Caroline was crying now. Mom loved me. She was proud of me. She understood my success, my ambitions, but when she died, you made it clear that Rachel was the daughter you actually cared about, the one you wanted to spend time with. Dad stood there, stunned. Caroline, I had no idea you felt. Of course you didn't. Because you never asked. You never noticed. Just like you did. Unnoticed that I've been planning this shower for 2 months. And I did unsend Rachel an invitation because I wanted one single day where I was the priority. The guests were frozen, witnessing a family fracture in real time. Dad took a breath, clearly trying to control his emotions. You're right. I didn't notice. And I'm sorry if I made you feel like I didn't care about your achievements. But Caroline, what you just did to your sister, humiliating her in front of everyone, trying to throw her out, that's not about me. That's about you being cruel. I'm not cruel. I'm protecting my boundaries. You're punishing Rachel for something that's between you and me. Dad turned to me. Rachel, give your sister her gift. Dad, I should just go, give her the gift. With shaking hands, I held out the wrapped package. Caroline didn't take it. Dad unwrapped it himself. He pulled out the quilted, beautiful patchwork of soft fabrics, each square carefully embroidered with animals, flowers, stars. Months of work, months of love. Rachel made this, Dad said, holding it up for everyone to see. She's been working on it every night after teaching all day. She asked me for advice on colors, on patterns. We spent 3 hours this morning picking out the perfect ribbon to wrap it. Caroline stared at the quilt, her expression unreadable. I helped her because I was proud of her, Dad continued, proud that she'd put so much love into a gift for her niece. And I was looking forward to today because I thought it would be a day when my 2 daughters could share something beautiful together. He looked at Caroline, and his voice broke. Your mother and I raised you better than this. We taught you that family takes care of family, that success isn't measured by money or status, but by how you treat the people who love you. Dad, I'm not finished. You want to know why I spend time with Rachel? It's not because I love her more. It's because after your mother died, Rachel was the one who checked on me every day, who called every night to make sure I wasn't alone, who brought me dinner when I forgot to eat, who sat with me when I couldn't stop crying. Carlene's face crumpled. Where were you, Caroline? You were busy. You were working. You were building your life. And I understood that. I never held it against you. But you don't get to punish your sister because she was there when I needed someone. I didn't know you needed me, Caroline whispered. You never said. You never asked. Just like you never asked Rachel if she was okay after Mom died. You were so focused on your own grief, your own life, that you never noticed your sister was hurting too. And instead of leaning on each other, you pushed her away. Dad walked over to me and took my hand. Rachel didn't come here today to steal your spotlight. She came because she loves you. Because despite everything, she still wants to be your sister. And you threw that back in her face in front of everyone. The room was utterly silent. Several women were crying. Caroline looked at me, really looked at me, for the first time in years. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice barely audible. "Rachel, I'm so sorry. I know you resent me," I said, my voice shaking. "I know you think Dad loves me more. But Caroline, I've never wanted to compete with you. I've only ever wanted my sister back, the one who used to protect me in school, the one who taught me to drive, the one who was my best friend before Mom died and everything fell apart." "I miss her too," Caroline sobbed. "I miss who we used to be." Dad stepped back, giving us space. Caroline walked toward me slowly, then pulled me into a hug. We stood there crying while 30 people watched two sisters try to find each other again. "I'm sorry," Caroline kept saying. "I'm so sorry. I know. I forgive you." Later, after Caroline opened gifts and thanked everyone after guests started leaving, the three of us, Dad, Caroline, and me, sat together in her living room. "I'm scared," Caroline admitted. "I'm about to be a mother, and I don't know how to do this. And I've been so angry at both of you because you have this bond that I felt shut out of. And instead of telling you, I just pushed you away." "You're going to be a great mother," I said, "and I want to be part of my niece's life. If you'll let me. I want that too." Caroline looked at Dad. "And I want you to be part of it, the way you were with Rachel when she needed you. I'm going to need that too." Dad hugged both of us. "I'm here. I've always been here. For both of you. My name is Rachel Morgan. I'm 29 years old. At my sister's baby shower, she told me I wasn't invited and tried to humiliate me into leaving. But when Dad walked in and heard what she'd said, he didn't just defend me. He held up a mirror and made Caroline see what she'd become, someone so consumed by jealousy and resentment that she was willing to destroy her relationship with her only sister. That quilt I made is hanging in my niece's nursery now, and when she's born next month, I'll be there. Not because I forced my way in, but because my sister finally remembered that some bonds are worth fighting for. Sometimes families break, but sometimes, if you're lucky, someone loves you enough to force everyone to face the truth before it's too late. Dad was that person for us, and I'll be forever grateful that he walked through that door when he did.